Hi, it's Rabbi Alex, and I'm actually here, if you would believe it, behind Shir Shalom in what I call wilderness. Because today, for my Torah thoughts on Parshat Bahar B'chuchatai, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about wilderness. So, the great outdoors, isn't it wonderful? Especially here in Buffalo when the weather turns nice. People forget, they think about snow all year round here, but it's really just this gorgeous, blue, wonderful weather that we have for a couple of months. So this past week, I had a chance to spend time with colleagues at the Delaware Water Gap, learning about wilderness theology. There, we chanted biblical verses on the Appalachian Trail. We walked meditatively, draped in tallis and tefillin. We wrote liturgy on a canoe trip, and we recited Mourner's Kaddish by a campfire, all to discover what it means to be a Jew outdoors. We spent a great deal of time studying and thinking about the concept of wilderness, or what is known in Hebrew as Bamidbar. One of my takeaways from our discussions was that wilderness is much broader than simply being in the wild. The word itself comes from vulnerability. Anytime we feel vulnerable, we have in some way entered into the wilderness. For the people of Israel, the scariest environment was not the desert, but the mountains. They had lived their lives in the relatively flat Nile Delta. And then when they moved to the Sinai Peninsula, they got their first taste of what it means to live at a much higher elevation. For them, Mount Sinai was not simply a mountain, it was Mount Everest. Dangerous, foreboding, representing all of their worldly fears. This week, we read the double portion, Bahar B'chuchatai, which closes out the book of Leviticus and prepares us for the book of Numbers, or Bamidbar. Here, Mount Sinai looms large, coming in both the portion's first verse and its last. Off in the distance, that holy mountain is where the ancient Israelites felt the most vulnerable. It is their wilderness. Our wilderness may look and feel very different than theirs did. It could be represented by a situation, a location, or even a person. This week, I ask you to find where your wilderness lies. Challenge yourself to approach it, maybe to even spend time there. Think of it as a Mount Sinai moment, because as scary as it seems, your wilderness may actually be where God is most present. Shabbat Shalom, a great rest of your week.